Why is everyone mad at us?
Colleen Noir, fantastic, high-profile gun tuber. I'm not saying that sarcastically. I generally really like the guy.
I think he's cool too.
Committed a internet drive-by on us. If you listen to our words, we don't say anything that I would backtrack at all.
So apparently, if you don't care appendix, you're the problem.
You see the cope with a lot of guys. Like some guys don't. They just say, like, oh, my belly's too big. Yeah. Yes, but use that as motivation. Like, as long as you recognize that appendix is the way that you should be concealed carrying. You're not appendix carrying because you're either fat and uncomfortable or you're scared and untrained. It's one of those two things. There's literally no reason outside of those two that you shouldn't be, which is both fixable. Like either you can stay a little fat and find a good holster that adjusts to your body, or you can lose weight. That's probably losing weight is always good. There's no downside to that. And then for the trepidation of pointing a gun at your junk, practice. Like if you practice it, you become confident in it. There is no fear of shooting your junk off.
I actually carry appendix 99.9999% of the time. So this isn't coming from somebody who doesn't do it. This is coming from somebody who chose it. And I get what they're trying to say here. I really do. Because from a performance standpoint, appendix carry is hard to beat. It conceals better. You've got more control over the firearm because it's right in front of you. And when it comes to drawing, it's just faster.
I said appendix is the way that you should be carrying. And this is exactly why. It offers you the most advantages in any carry position, in our opinion, and in his opinion.
Yes.
So he is reinforcing saying the same thing that I said. Somehow what we said was wrong, and that's fine. Like, but to all the people that are hating, like, we're all on the same page at this point.
The idea that if you're not carrying appendix, it's because you're fat, uncomfortable, or untrained. Nah, that's not really the reality. When you were carrying appendix, you were pointing a gun at your body, not just your junk, but your body. So when somebody says, hey, I'm not comfortable with that, and the response is you just need more training, that's not a training issue. That's somebody understanding the risk and making a decision.
That is a workaround way of saying still scared.
He's saying it's not because you're untrained. It's because you're scared.
It's because you're scared.
He's just reiterating our points in a way that makes it seem
like it's different.
A counterpoint.
Like it's different.
I started at 3 o'clock. Then I moved to appendix. And I remember the moment where it clicked, like, all right, I'm really just walking around pointing a gun at myself right now. That ain't fear. That's just awareness.
Yes,
and even now, after all this time carrying appendix, that awareness never really goes away. You just accept the trade-offs. And that's the word nobody wants to use here, trade-off. Because even me, when I reholster my firearm, everything slows down. Finger nowhere near the trigger. I'm paying attention to every single micro movement. Sometimes I'll even adjust the angle of the holster slightly. So
it's actually an awesome point. That is training. If you have the wherewithal to be conscious of what you're doing in reholstering your gun appendix, that means you have trained carrying appendix. Yes, training and not being scared.
Well, and he says, like, you still are, quote, aware, or it's a trade-off. That is fear. This is another way to explain fear. And that's okay.
That's totally fine.
Like that awareness and fear of shooting yourself anywhere
is good. You should have
a solid point.
And his clip's a little bit longer, but we did the exact same thing in the full length.
So when I put it in the holster, I make sure that if it does go off for whatever reason, it's going to point and shoot away from me, just in case. Why? Because I understand what's at stake.
Fear.
And here's the truth nobody likes to say out loud. There's always a risk. Guns are mechanical. Now, yeah, the chances of something going wrong are extremely low, but let's think about it. If something goes wrong at 3 o'clock, you're probably fine. If something goes wrong in appendix, it's a very different situation because you're pointing your gun essentially at a femoral artery. So when somebody says, I'd rather carry at 3 o'clock, that doesn't mean they're untrained. That doesn't mean they're scared. It means they're making a different decision about risk.
It's the same thing.
I think we stated in the long form, like, we support carrying in all shapes and sizes and positions. But in our opinion, appendix is the best, which he agreed with. And then I summarized the top 2 reasons people don't do it.